Hey y'all, and welcome back to CC Combos. Today I'm going to be showing you how I take care of my Monstera Thai Constellation, and this is honestly the easiest way to take care of a Monstera Thai in my opinion. My plant is growing outside and I'm going to show you kind of how I take care of it. I don't water this plant every week. I just kind of water it whenever I notice that it's dry or maybe the leaves look a little bit wilty. And this plant is on my patio, like I said, so it's exposed to the elements. It's out there when the weather changes, the different humidity levels. And really the only thing that I do is water it when I notice that it needs water. And I water it with something called GT Foliage Focus. I'll water my rubber trees, basically any leaf plant, which is every plant. But my violets and like my more flowering plants or plants that I want to flower, I fertilize them with something else. But for an all-around good fertilizer, GT Foliage Focus, in my opinion, is really great. First, I thought this was just hype and it wasn't legit, but I tried it out and I've been using it for over a year now, and I have to say it is legit. It works really well. You don't have to worry about the leaves burning or the roots getting burned from fertilizers. It's kind of hard to mess up with this, whereas with regular fertilizers, you can mess up pretty easily and burn your plants. I call GT Foliage Focus a fertilizer, but really it's just like nutrients, so it's a little bit different, and I think it's great, especially if you're like a beginner with fertilizers or nutrients. It's a really easy way to give your plants the nutrients it needs so that it can grow beautifully without the risks of it getting damaged from too much. So I don't water this plant every week. I just keep it on my balcony, and I keep it behind this like screen chair so it gets like indirect light and it isn't gonna get sunburned. And this plant has been growing outside for at least 6 months and it's been doing great. I recently chopped it, propagated it, made plants, and I'll show you exactly. I recently just propagated this plant and I showed you how to do that in one of my last videos. I'll add it right up here. But I sold it and I ended up selling it for $15. This was a cutting. It had 3 leaves originally, but one of them had a lot of like sunburn damage on it. So I ended up removing that bottom leaf. So it was a 2-leaf top cutting, and I rooted it in a jug of water and I sold it to the guy in the jug of water. It took about 2 weeks to sell. I had multiple people that were interested, but they didn't follow through because of various reasons. But this one guy bought it. He wanted it for his wife, and he paid me $15 cash. So I think, in my opinion, it is pretty easy to sell Monstera Thai cuttings, and it is really easy to do that. I show that in my video that I uploaded that I'm adding to this video, and I just had this plant root outside. Like, I didn't even tend to it. It just kind of was just sitting there, and I just changed the water maybe every week, every 2 weeks. So it stayed pretty clean, and listed it on Facebook Marketplace. And when it sold, then that was it. Just took the gallon, gave them the gallon. The gallon was a recycled jug that I drank water from. So it's really easy, and if you're wanting to sell plants, I have another video that talks more in depth about selling plants. I like to do this as just like an experiment and for fun, but I hope you enjoyed this. And really there isn't much to say. If you have been wanting to get a Monstera Thai Constellation for a long time and you haven't because maybe you're scared about it being a high maintenance plant, it really isn't, and you can grow these pretty effortlessly outside. So I say go ahead and get one.